You don't drink because I get more now.
So what the heck was going on with Charles Oakley and the scene at Madison Square Garden last night? Let's take a look. You've seen this footage a million times by now, but the Knicks said there was disruptive behavior from Oakley, and so you see this group of security personnel trying to take Oakley, the 10-year Knick, off the floor. So what'd you think when you saw all this, Chuck?
I thought that it made the Knicks look bad, it made Charles Oakley look bad, and it made the NBA look bad, plain and simple. There was no winners. We all are losers. Our job, we get paid to promote the NBA. The Knicks are an awful basketball team. They're being disrespectful to Carmelo Anthony. But this was a black eye for the entire sport, plain and simple. Like I say, everybody looked bad. It makes us look bad because we're supposed to put a good product out there. And that was just a bad night for the NBA, plain and simple.
Before you guys weigh in, let's kind of go through the timeline of this, because after that happened, then the Knicks released a statement. And it says, Charles Oakley came to the game tonight and behaved in a highly inappropriate and completely abusive manner. He has been ejected and is currently being arrested by the New York City Police Department. He was a great Knick, and we hope he gets some help soon. Now, today, Oakley spoke on the Stephen A. Smith Show and says he did nothing to warrant that.
I walked in the garden. Simple. I was there 4 minutes. I sit down. I'm talking to people. People talking back to me. And one of the guys I'm with, wow, them guys are watching you, looking at you. I was like, who? Them guys, like 10 or 15 guys on the wall. I was like, I don't know, whatever. Then I see him walk on the court in front of me. I'm not paying attention. Then I see him walk back to the side. So I guess they have to tell Dolan whenever I walk in the garden.
The Knicks responded again today. After that, there were dozens of security staff, employees, and NYPD that witnessed Oakley's abusive behavior. It started when he entered the building and continued until he was arrested and left the building. Every single statement we have received is consistent in describing his actions. Everything he said since the incident is pure fiction. Weigh in, Shaq.
Well, I didn't like how the situation unfolded. To me, Charles Oakley is definitely a legend. You know, when you talk about the heart and soul of that franchise, he was that. I would have liked to have seen it handled a little better.
How could they have handled it better?
Man, I don't know. I mean, but I know Oakley, and I know that if you provoke him and get him upset, this will happen. So maybe, you know, the conversation could have went different.
There's James Dolan, by the way, standing up, the owner who just stood up in the front row.
I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know I don't want to speculate on what happened, but for me personally, I don't like the statement when they said he was a great Knick. Maybe he should get some help soon, because that implies intoxication, other abuse, mental abuse, stuff like that. And this part right here was the part I really didn't like. You know, you got a legend being dragged out. I know he pushed some people and, did some things that were unwarranted.
You got an issue with that, right?
Yeah.
Does everybody have an issue with that?
Man, I don't like the way the situation.
With shoving all the people, putting hands on all the people.
Well, he can't put his hand on people. But like I say, first of all, it's stupid for all these people to try to take sides. The Knicks were wrong. Charles Oakley was wrong. But the bottom line is, this hurts our product. This was bad. This was a bad night for the NBA.
Yeah, can he get into this?
Yeah, I just thought overall I was so disappointed because, you know, just seeing what Charles Oakley meant to that franchise and what he means to New York. And being a New Yorker, I kind of understand what he brought and why he brought it there and why people have such an affinity to him. His reaction was dead wrong. His reaction. The action of the Knicks was dead wrong. And you said, ask Shaq, what could they have done? Because, you know, if you have one of your esteemed people in the building, it takes one guy to walk over to him and say, I need to have a private conversation with you in the back.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
And he's going to walk to the back. And then you can talk about how you're going to get him out the building and whatever it is. But you send one guy over. But when you send 6 guys over, it is a confrontation, because I think that one thing that these officers are there to do, in plain clothes officers or whatever they are there to do, is to defuse a situation. To me, it looked like they escalated the situation, and he bit for it. He actually bit and took the hook and ran with it. But they never defused anything in that situation.
Almost out of time here. So as the situation stands right now, we still have Charles Oakley says one thing, I did nothing to warrant this.
Well, there's a million cameras in the building,
Knicks
so
say
let's see
another
the
thing that he was abusive.
Let's see what he was saying throughout. There'll be a million cameras.
To me, that is the thing. Somebody's not telling the truth, but it's still just a blackout for the NBA, period.
Cavs and Thunder coming up. We'll swing by Area 21 when we come back.